And meanwhile, in New York and Philadelphia, some other cities, they are now teaching drug users how to inject and consume the drug safely.
Yeah, and that's based on the kind of high they want to achieve. Now, this comes after open injection sites become more prominent in certain communities and overdoses reach record highs, with drugs like fentanyl continuing to spread across the U.S.
Here to discuss this and more is media commentator on the fentanyl epidemic and recovery advocate Robert G. Kanter. Sir, thank you for your thoughts. I think a lot of people look at the idea of teaching people how to use drugs is outrageous.
Well, it is outrageous, and thank you for having me. It's an honor and privilege, Bob, to be here. You know, as you know, we're under a public health emergency. This is nothing short of a crisis, and the numbers keep going up. The overdose fatalities keep going up. And I could talk about China and India and the drug cartels and all of that stuff. The bottom line is, what are we going to do now about those individuals that are suffering from this? Are we going to treat them with compassion, or are we going to try to punish the problem away? You know, these safe consumption sites already exist in Australia, in Canada, in Europe. There has not been one reported case of an overdose death at any of these sites. So they are working, but obviously they're very controversial because nobody wants them in their backyard.
So you're saying that that kind of how to use drug, these locations are actually potentially a good thing. Just explain a little bit about how that's actually a good thing, because it is counterintuitive.
Well, right. But what you have to understand is, first of all, these sites allow an individual that is on the streets to come off the streets. These sites, these facilities provide a lot more than just showing someone how to safely inject heroin, for example. They provide a place for them to sleep. They provide laundry services. They can have snacks. Someone can call a hotline into these facilities as well. There's wound care. They're doing multiple different things for these individuals that are suffering. So it's not just that you go in, you learn how to shoot, you know, put it in your arm, and then you're good to go. It's far, far more than that. It's called harm reduction. This is a very important harm reduction tool. It's one of the things we have to meet individuals where they're at right now. And so many are suffering. So many are using these illicit substances that are absolutely cut and laced with fentanyl. There's something even called nitazene, and I won't go into it too much, but I get very passionate about it. Nitazene is another synthetic opioid that has been showing up in overdoses, fatalities in 4 states, that is 20 times more powerful than fentanyl. So this problem is going to continue on, and we have to address it.
Robert Kanter, thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me.